stars, and that's who we are. We are voices. There's nothing to fear. Explode in your rear. Feel our voices.
Hey, it's Voice of the Republic.
Jesus.
Hey, hey.
Hand check. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. What's up? This is Ed.
This is Mike.
And this is Carl.
I didn't mean to scare you guys. I'm sorry.
God.
Now
Hey.
I gotta go take a shower. Poop my pants.
Poop my pants.
Twice
Poop my shirt.
twice in 1 year. Nope, no good. Not a fan.
No, that's a drinking game you never want to have happen. Carl shits his pants, you drink. Oh, man. It's way too often.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like we're totally off topic here. I'm doing it. I don't care. I was filling out my Google Plus profile, and there's one section where it says like something you're proud of, and I was like, man, what am I really, really proud of? And I'm like, and I was like, well, you know, I haven't shit my pants in like 5 years. I'll put that down. And so, like the day I put that down, I get like diarrhea, and I almost poop my pants. And I was like, oh, that is fate. That is karma saying like, you are too proud. We're taking you down a peg. But,
yeah, you need to be brought down, boy.
now fast forward to this year. Earlier this year, I was really, really sick, and I had my accident. Luckily, in my own home, like, wasn't bad. It wasn't like running down the leg, sort of poop your pants or anything like that. But the thing is, though, is there's that moment of shame where I was like, my Google Plus profile's a liar now. I've got to go in and change my Google Plus profile. So I was like,
0 days without an accident.
yeah, that's pretty much what
I was
it is.
thinking.
That's exactly what it felt like. It's like, oh, God.
See, I thought this was going to be as soon as you posted on Google Plus that you hadn't shit your pants in 5 years, you were contacted by like the editor of the Huffington Post, like, oh, we heard you're a writer and you haven't shit your pants in 5 years. We want to set up a meeting.
Like that's my claim to fame. Like after all this work and everything and networking, it's like me not pooping my pants. That's the thing that seals it.
How long was Jerry Seinfeld? There was a Seinfeld episode where he was very proud, and it came up a few times in the episode that he had gone 15 years without vomiting, or 5 years without vomiting. Because, you know, you don't really often think about it, but it really is there. Like, when's the last time you threw up?
Yeah.
You know? So when's the last time you threw up, and when's the next time you're going to throw up? It's like, oh. And at the end of this episode, he I think it was a black and white cookie from the deli that wrecked him and caused him to throw up and broke his stretch. But, like, when's the last time you pooped your pants?
You know, and if you're George Brett, it was probably last year because he has that famous video online where he was working out and he was doing exercises with the Kansas City Royals because he's a famous baseball player. For anyone watching it doesn't know. Me. And he's out there. He's throwing the ball around. They're warming up for practice, and they just had cameras rolling, catching B-roll footage for a news report or something, and they just happened to catch George Brett talking about, hey, have you ever shit your pants to another player, mind you? He's like, you ever shit your pants? The guy's like, no. He's like, I'm probably good for it once or twice a year. And he goes on to tell this story about how he shits his pants in Las Vegas. Greatest thing ever.
Great. Yeah. Well,
George Brett.
Well, dear viewers, we did promise you dirt piles.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I was hoping we can get into the roleplay aspect. And it's what was commonly called when we were kids. It was just, they're more common. We just called it guns, for one thing. Just go play guns. So it wouldn't always necessarily be about taking your ships and your vehicles and stuff with you, but just going out and like being the characters, which is like the simplest and probably the oldest way to play and reenact these stories. And there's one story in particular. I got two stories I could tell. Maybe I'll tell this one because it's a little weirder. No, I'll tell the other one because it has an ending that is not it's not how we intended. Anyway, so we were really into Army shit. I mean, it was beyond. It was a perfect time because it's a Cold War. There's action movies coming out all over the place. And plus, when you go to the store, you could buy these amazing toy guns. Like, there was a company called EnterTech that made, like, battery-operated squirt guns that looked like, you know, Heckler & Koch submachine guns or a rocket launcher that fired rubber water balloons that looked like RPGs, just shit like that. Crazy shit all over the place. Anyway, so we were all into that. It was easy to get camouflage clothing at every store. So I was often head to toe in fucking camouflage, like all summer long. And so my buddy Brent, not Carla, but Brent, because I like the guy. Sorry, side note. So we were up at my place. My family had a place in Wisconsin. It's right on the lake, and we'd always wanted to do like a Normandy-style beach storm. So we brought up all our guns. This was going to be the weekend. We're going to get up early, like before dawn somehow, and we're like, 11, 12 years old, and we took all our guns, all our equipment, and we had like helmets and canteens and knives, and he would always go to the Army surplus. We had so many cool things, and guns and guns and guns, like Uzis and pistols and metal guns and a metal rifle. He had his cool bolt-action M1 where you like pull it back and there's like a spring-loaded wooden bullet in there so you could check the thing, like, that whole thing. It was nuts. 80s. And we got head to toe in camouflage, and we took my G.I. Joe inflatable raft, and we took that sucker right out in the lake. Like, we didn't get up before dawn, but whatever. It was close enough for us because we're really tired. We're like, all right, we got to do this. We got to do this. So we like threw like 30 pounds of gear in this boat, and we shoved it out in the lake. And we start, like, we got the little oars, little plastic oars, and we're going out there. I even had a radio with, like, a walkie-talkie. I remember that, too. So all this stuff's in the boat. And we wanted to get really far out and then aim towards this college that was nearby because there was, like, no one around. It had this nice wide beach. Mm-hmm. And then after the beach is a big, like, grass field, and way over there is this college. So that's where we're going to storm. So we're paddling out, and we're like, farther. We got to get farther out. A little farther out. And then the current got us. And the current started pulling us towards the river. I'm like, that's not good. And I'm like, oh shit. So now we're trying to paddle back. And you know what? The raft is a little softer than it was when we left. So the raft is losing air, and we're heading towards the river. And these two little kids are like, and we managed to get into some other current. And now it's taking us just sideways, not towards the river, but like still out. And luckily, it's not a deep lake. My buddy's like, you know what? Should I just jump out? I'm just going to jump out. I'm like, don't jump out, you'll drown. He's like, I got to try it. It's probably fine. So he jumped out. And so now our Normandy-style awesome action-packed invasion turns into the African Queen, where I was the queen. and my buddy is like still in head-to-toe camo in the water with the rope over his shoulder, like walking us through the sloppy muck bottom all the way to shore. And by the time we got there, like, the sides were up to here, and all the gear is like on my lap, and this.
Were you dry?
Total. Yeah. My feet got wet when I left the boat because we had to like carry it up the shore, but that was a big fail. But that's the kind of shit that we'd get into.
That's good. Roleplay for me was just like, it was all about your outfit. And I had a karate gi. So
lucky!
Yeah, inside out, it made a really good Luke Skywalker outfit.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah, belts. Just slap on a couple belts. Wherever you could. If you had some ace bandaging, my mom sprained her ankle once, so I had ace bandage once that healed on her. That was like the leggings that Luke would wear.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That worked for me.
That's awesome.
See, all of my stuff was way more dangerous. I think it must be just because where I live, we're a bunch of like hill jacks. I don't know. So like mine would.
Yeah. Eat for breakfast?
No, it's kind of like hillbilly, hilljack.
Yeah.
So my sort of fun times was, hey, let's go up the top of this incredibly stupid tall hill and then ride the General Lee down it.
Right.
So like I had like the pedal car General Lee, or or like a big wheel, Or when I was a little bit older, I'd go over to my friend Larry's house, and like Larry was one of those kids that like his dad worked on like oil fields and stuff like that, so he had a good bit of money growing up, and so he had the golf cart, and that was no end to the terrible things that you could do. And I'm kind of surprised that both of us are still able to walk to this day, because you go out there and roll a golf cart or something stupid like that, or play on the trampoline and like double jump, dead. So.
Cool. So well, that's that. And if you're digging what you're hearing and you want to reach out and touch us and get touched back, you can always go to our website, and on that you'll find any information you need to get a hold of us. It's almost like going to Google and pressing Voice of the Republic and seeing what you find there. You could also get the lovey V tongue thing from Carl. Carl will eat your ass. And we've also got phone numbers that you could call, and you could leave messages, and Facebook. That's a very important way to get a hold of people and maintain contact with them. And we are all there. Voice of the Republic on Facebook. So do that if that's what you're interested in doing, and you could quite possibly speak with us at some point.
That's right.
The odds are pretty good, frankly.
And correspond.
Yeah. Odds are we'll give a shit.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that most of you guys have my cell phone number and call me. So
we'll make sure it goes out on Twitter and everything, just for all of you.
Thanks.
Why is my camera not working? Anyway. Yeah, so but that's cool. That is www.vorradio.com. So
Oh, it is.
That's all right. Mike told you to Google it, so I mean, what the fuck do you want? Hold your hand. Want him to type it for you? Mike, I don't know what your website is.
Really?
Dicks.
Here's the spelling of the name. It's right there.
It's right. It is on video.
There.
Go watch the video and then type that in.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, wrap it up, and we'll have Republicons as promised. Your calls, your feedback.
Yeah.
All right. So may the Force
Be with.
That ass. Sweep the legs. Sweep the legs.
Snake style.